Hey, Ted here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for S&P 500. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 8-hour time frame and looking at the structures again from the highs of around the $4,800 area around the January 2022. Since then we have two different ideas which this structure here is the baseline of. In this one, again, we would have 3 ways into W, 3 ways into X, and then 3 ways into wave Y, getting right to the 1.32 extension of this W wave for this wave Y. And this is, again, the baseline of this both scenarios. So, again, the idea is that we have already created a possible 3-way structure here, which could be a connector wave structure connecting this first structure over here to the next one here. That is one possibility. The other possibility is still that we would create this as the first leg of that connector. This would be the second structure of that connector, and then we would have another pump up here. Depending on how high and what kind of structure we're getting here, we could be getting an expanded flat, a running flat here, or something like that. So those are the two possibilities. Either connector is this one or this one. And then again, both of them are looking downwards on higher time frame. So that's my bias still. Let's start with this one, in which again the higher time frame idea is that we have completed W here, 3-way into A, then a triple combination for that wave B downwards, and then now we will be looking for C wave. Again, why C wave is just because again we have taken out the start of this wave A here with this potential B wave, and generally when that happens, the expectation is that we are getting an expanded structure. Expanded flat is the most common one. Of course, it is possible that we are creating a running flat in which we are not taking out the highs of this A wave. That is definitely a possibility. So let's jump into this a bit closer, taking a look at what we got. So again, as mentioned, this was a combination of 3 different corrections. In this one, we could be labeling this as an ABC into W, ABC into X, and another ABC here into wave Y. We've covered these before, these structures, so I'm not going to go too detailed into them, but this is the idea. Then again, another 3-way structure into X, and this is the worst structure of them all, which is again looking like it is more like a 5-way structure than anything else, but we have to be labeling this as A, B, and C like that. We're just shy of the 0.618 extension of this first leg for the C wave here. But again, we have to accept this if we want to have this as a triple correction. That is the only structure here I can see that could be a 3-way structure. But yeah, that is the idea there. At that point, we would end our triple correction down at these lows around the $3,500, and then we would be expecting that start of that C wave to complete the wave X here on higher time frame. So again, that is that. Let's zoom out again and take a look at the other option here, which is this one, in which instead of this X wave being somewhere up in here, we would have this X wave already complete at these highs here. So this would be the connector on itself. Again, it would be right around the 38.2, which is again something that I hold as a minimum, as a time requirement. We did not actually hit that, so it is a bit suspect in my opinion that this would be already complete, but there is of course a possibility that this is already a 5-way structure instead of that triple correction, just because of the last leg here is giving me that confidence. Of course, the 2 legs before it are not that easy to label and not that pretty either, but we'll go through this as well as a possibility, since it is still a possibility in the higher time frame. So let's zoom in again on 1-hour time frame, taking a look at this. So in here we had the X wave. In this one I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is ugly, can't get anything else there, and that's basically that. Let me fix up this a bit. You can actually see it. Then a 3-way structure into wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ugly again. Wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 3rd, 4th, and 5th. These are labeled the way they are just because we could get this as an ABC structure into this wave 4. This here is probably one of the best structures in this whole mess of structures, where we have a 5-way structure in here. So we have to be playing a count around this 5-way structure because again, it is the most clear. Again, we can't have this as the start of something because again, we have taken out the lows here. So this has to be an end of something. In this case, an end of A, B, and C correction. We can't really have it start anywhere beyond this or before this because again, at that point we would invalidate it with my rules at least, because I don't allow it to go beyond the 1.618 here. So if we are again starting it from somewhere else than this low here, we are going to go beyond the 1.618 retracement of this original move. For example, here we would invalidate it. So that's why we have to label it like this. But yeah, this structure here is the only structure why I even think this is even likely scenario, in which again we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This looks pretty good as well as a 5-way structure, and from the lows that we had here, we would be looking up for that possible B wave before reverting downwards. Again, the differentiation between these two counts is the expectation of what we are going to be getting. In this count, if the X wave is up in here, we can't cross this area here. If we do, then we invalidate this whole count and we can't have this again, because again this was to be referenced as a 5-way structure, and if the structure starts with 5-way structure, we can't go beneath the starting or beyond the starting point with the way B. So that's the reason there. I just wanted to mention that here as well. If we have this on the other count, where we would have this as that A, B, and C, the invalidation for this structure would be at these lows as well. I thought I had this labeled here. There we go. So the expectation here is a 5-way structure up to the highs. And if the price comes back down here, then this, at least the way I've labeled this, is invalid, because again, the expectation is that we're getting a 5-way structure in here, and anything that starts with 5 can't again take out the lows of it. So that's that. Now again, thinking of the smaller time frame here, we had the option of 3 ways up, 3 ways or triple correction down, and the expectation of higher prices with an impulsive way structure. So we are expecting a 5-way structure off of these lows, and that is where this count comes in. In this one, I feel like we need to be saying that it is not that likely. However, it is still possible. This would be a 3-way structure into wave 1, 3-way structure here into wave 2, A, B, C again here into 3rd, 4th, and then this last 5th is the issue I have at the moment. If this indeed is that A, B, and C, it is already so large that it does not make too much sense in my opinion. We are really climbing to that 2.618, which is again the maximum we want to see for any kind of 3-way structure. At the moment, it definitely looks like a 1, 2, large 3, 4, and then 5th. But again, if all the previous wave structures here have been a 3-way structures, the expectation here is a 3-way structure as well here for the wave 1. So it is possible that this would be a 5-way structure like so, another 3-way structure downwards, and then 5 waves. However, we can't make this too large, because again, the overall look would be worse then. Also, again, as this is currently looking like it is a contracting diagonal, we can't really go well beyond this trend line that we have on the upper tops without creating this a worse look. So just a word of caution with this. The overall expectation, however, is that after creating this wave 1, we would be having a 3-way pullback for that wave 2, and then possible taking longs against these lows that we have here. So that's that expectation. The other one is again where we would have this as a wave A, then this would be a wave B. Sorry, it's the other way around. There we go. Here we go. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into an A wave, and we would be expecting here a 3-way structure into that wave B. So this, whatever this mess is going to be, is a 3-way structure. So for that one, the way I've currently labeled this is something like this. Again, don't mind about the degrees in here. They are wrong, I know that. But yeah, what we are looking for is a three-way structure. At the moment, this definitely feels like a three-way structure into W, three ways into X again, and then three-way structure into wave Y. Very similar to what we had on the bullish count. However, on this one, we would be expecting a potential end of the count up in here. We have reached the one-to-one in time comparing this wave W here for the wave Y, and we are kind of close to the one-to-one here as well in price as well. We did not hit that, but again, we're kind of close, and this definitely looks pretty okay as a three-way move. Now the expectation is that if we want to be getting higher or going higher, let's see, where do I have it? Here. We would be looking for downwards. Again, now at the moment, we have already taken out the highs of wave Y here. So either we are creating this as some kind of connector wave in the middle, or my labelings here on the structures before it is wrong. Because again, we can't really start a structure here downwards, because again, the expectation is a C wave. If this was here a B wave already, we can't have a C wave, because again, we have taken out the highs of that structure in here. So in my opinion, the best look for this one, as we have also not hit the 38.2 in time, is that we would be creating some kind of connector wave structure here, and then another three-way structure up. Of course, this connector wave structure can come down way deeper than this, or create even a complex structure here and then go up, which probably has a bit better look overall as well in comparison of that. But yeah, I think that is the overall expectation on the both of the counts. Again, the invalidations are very clear. The bottom here or the top in here will invalidate one of the counts. Of course, getting into that point is going to most likely take time. Probably, I would expect quite a long time. Probably at least around the November end, I would expect. But again, next week we have the FOMC, so that is definitely has a possibility of turning the tables again, one direction or another. But yeah, these are the two things that I'm looking for and expecting the market to behave with. So let me know again which one of you prefer, or if you have some other counts. For the Discord, again, you can join in there and share them, or share the counts you have in there for free as well. But I think that is pretty much all I want to share on S&P 500. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.